Hi, and welcome to Southern Money Chick. It's been a while. It is actually November of 2020. I cannot believe this year has flown by. We have had so many things to deal with, including COVID-19 and the craziest presidential election I have ever seen. I mean, it is wild right now. And to be honest with you, the last couple of days, I've just had to turn the news off. I can't deal with the stress. It's just been too much. And to be honest with you, I've had to tell myself that no matter the man sitting in the Oval Office, that our Lord is still on his throne and in control. So that's helped me a lot in recent days. But I will tell you that today's video is a little bit about stress. And if you notice over my shoulder, some twinkling lights. Yes, I have my Christmas tree up. And to be honest, I've had trees up in my house since the middle of October. And I'm not apologizing at all. I love Christmas. I love everything about Christmas. I love being with family. I love traveling, which we're not going to get to do this year. But I love the food. I love the decorations. It's all just awesome as far as I'm concerned. So I know, though, however, in recent years, I've had friends and family say to me statements like, I'll just be so glad when Christmas is over. Or I'm just so stressed at the holidays. I just wish they would come and be over with and done. And really, that makes me sad for them because to me, Christmas is truly the most wonderful time of year. And I encourage you, as I said, it's the 1st of November, but I encourage you to take a few minutes and sit down and reflect back on 2020. No matter how bad 2020 has been for you and your family, there's always positivity that has come from difficult times. And sit down and really look at those. I've got so much to be thankful for this year. The Lord has really blessed me and my family, and I'm so thankful for that. And I know you've got things as well. Just give yourself a few minutes to reflect on those. But that's what I want to talk to you about today is kind of getting some stress out of your life as Christmas starts. There are a lot of things pulling at our time, at our money, at our energy during Christmas. There's activities, there's gift giving, there's events that we're attending, all kinds of things. And I want to focus today on a little bit of stress relief when it comes to the gift giving aspect of Christmas. So there's 4 little things I want to share with you. Number 1 is you need to set yourself a budget for Christmas. If you're married, you and your spouse need to sit down together and decide how much money you are going to spend for Christmas gifts this year. And whatever that figure is, it is set in stone. You write it down on a piece of paper and that is it. You both decide this is what we're spending and we're not going over this amount by any means, okay? And I encourage you, whatever that amount is, make sure it's an amount that you can actually afford, that it is not something that you're saying, okay, we're going to spend $500, but $300 of it we're going to have to put on a credit card. Look, if you don't have the money for it, then you don't need to be buying it, as far as I'm concerned. There were times in my life where I would buy Christmas gifts. My husband and I would put them on a credit card and hopefully have them paid for by next Christmas. I mean, is that not crazy? It is absolutely ridiculous. So I encourage you, only set a budget for an amount that you can actually pay for out of your pocket, not something that you're going to have to ring up on a credit card, okay? So we've got the budget set, whatever that is. Then the next thing that I suggest you do is you make a list, a name list of people that you intend to buy gifts for. And I will tell you that it's pretty easy to remember the key people on our list, like our kids, our spouse, parents, siblings. Okay, that's easy. But what we forget sometimes are the little people. Not little people, I don't mean it that way, but like people that aren't necessarily in our life every day, like the mailman, your kids' teachers. Maybe you buy a gift for your hairdresser, your next door neighbor. I don't know, people that you just don't have like an immediate connection to every day in your life. That's what I'm trying to say. So you put all those people on the list because they've got to come out of that budget. And you decide then, okay, well, here's what my budget is. Here's where my list is. Is it even possible to buy these people gifts with the amount that I've set? Let's say you've got a $200 budget and you've got 50 people on your list. I mean, it's not crazy to think that our Christmas list could become 50 people easily. Well, you've got two choices. The first thing is you can probably go to the Dollar Tree and buy some cute mugs or cute Christmas ornaments and give to a lot of people, which is perfectly fine. If that's what you want to do, that is perfectly fine. Everybody gets a little something. Or you can decide to start shaving some names off your list. And I don't mean that to be harsh. I don't mean it to be rude. But sometimes you just can't do everything for everybody, okay? So you take some names off. Then the next step is you need to decide what on those names that are left, how much money you're planning on spending out of your budget on each person. Set each individual person on your list a budget line. So your kid, your spouse, obviously you're probably going to spend more money on them, so they're going to be at the top probably, and then it goes kind of trickles down, and you decide how much you're spending on each person until you get to the bottom line, and it totals up to what your budget is for gift giving. The next thing I suggest is maybe go down that list and put an idea or two out beside each person as to what might be a good gift idea for them. You can't go buy an iPhone for someone if you're only planning on spending $10 on them, okay? So put something that is within the realm of possibility, okay? The third thing is get your list, have your money, cash, and go shopping, and be prepared. If you get to the mall on Black Friday and you realize you've left your list at home, get in the car, go back home, and get the list. It's that important, okay? To me, having a list empowers me. It helps me go into a store and focus. I'm just tunnel vision. I know what I'm there to get. I know what I need to get for this person. I'm not over here looking at this and that, because that's what these stores are doing right now. They're putting all these awesome deals out there, and I'm going to tell you, I've seen some pretty good deals coming up this Black Friday. I'm not going to lie to you. If you can get a 70-inch flat screen for under $200, that's a pretty good deal. But just because it's a good deal doesn't mean you got to have it. So retailers, more so than ever, we know this year alone, several big retail stores have closed. The chains have closed. We know there are some that are hanging on by a thread, some that are probably going to be made or closed by the end of this holiday season. So they're putting out the best deals that they can right now, which is great for us as consumers. But again, it does not mean that you have to buy it just because it's on sale, okay? So you got your list. Let's say Susie's on there. You've got her for $20, okay? You go in the store, you were going to get her a purse, but you see a scarf that's $25. So what do? Well, you can keep shopping, or you can buy the $25 scarf. But what you're going to have to do is, because the Tooth Fairy is not coming to bring you an extra $5 for Susie, you're going to have to take $5 from someone else on the list. Okay, you've got to remember that, because you can't just say, well, I spent an extra $1 on him, $5 extra on her, I'm up $10 here on my parents. Before you know it, your budget's blown. I mean, you're just out of control. It's crazy. I've done it, believe me. I've gone over my budget by $200, what I had put in my mind, because I didn't have it written on paper. I didn't have it written down. I wasn't keeping up specifically what I was spending. So that is so important. The other good thing is maybe you find Susie a scarf and it's only $15 instead of $20, so you can bank that $5. Maybe it goes towards someone else's present. But remember, if you're saying you're going to spend $20 on someone, that needs to include taxes as well. So Susie's scarf better only be about $17 or $18, because it's going to be $20 after you pay for taxes, okay? So do keep that in mind, because if not, you're going to be at the end of December looking at your bank account and you're going to be like, somebody has hacked my account. There's no way. I stuck to my budget. What happened here? I didn't realize this happened. And it's all going to be because you weren't paying attention, okay? So pay attention. And last but not least, certainly I think this is the most important aspect of the 4 points that I'm making today, is that we are going to enter a no guilt zone. And what does a no guilt zone mean? It simply means You're not going to feel guilty this holiday season. Don't feel guilty that you're not the perfect parent, that you're not the perfect spouse, that you're not the perfect church member, that you're not the perfect employee, that you're not the perfect hostess, that you're not the perfect neighbor. We're not perfect, people. Get over it. You're never going to be perfect. It's not going to happen no matter how hard you try. It's just not going to happen. So if a neighbor shows up and they've bought you a gift, smile at them. Don't freak out and say, oh my gosh, I didn't buy them a gift. What am I going to do? Give them a chicken wing hug, as I call it. Hug them with your elbow. That's what we're doing now with COVID. Give them a chicken wing hug. Tell them you love them and go from there. There's so many things that we can do, so many things that we can give people that doesn't cost any money. We can give them our time. We can give them our love. Young kids, we think we've got to get them something. How about offer to take them somewhere? Maybe a kid that's really into outdoors. Maybe you take them hunting. Maybe you take them fishing. Maybe you take them for a four-wheeler ride. Maybe a kid that's into art or, architecture or something. You take them to a museum, a free museum. Maybe you take your nieces and nephews on a weekend camping trip in the backyard. Do something. It doesn't cost money, and believe me, those kids are going to remember that a lot longer than something you went to the store and bought them and they've forgotten who even bought it for them 5 minutes after they've opened it. So think about those things. Look on Google, look on Pinterest. There's tons of ideas. I will say this, that if you don't have the money this year to do an extensive Christmas shopping list, talk to the family about it. Talk to your extended family. Be honest with them. And so, look, this year is difficult. We're not going to be able to do what we've done in the past. How about we draw names? Instead of buying 15 gifts, you're only buying 2 gifts. That can really help. And you might be surprised to find out that other people in your family were hoping someone else would do the same thing. They just didn't want to do it themselves. So, it's crazy. This year's crazy. The whole thing's crazy. But as we're ending 2020, I really hope that you look back at these 4 points. The first one is setting yourself a budget. Key right there. Set yourself a budget. Stick to it. Make a list. Name every person you're planning on buying a gift for. 3, take the list with you to the store. Stick to the list. Don't deviate from the list. Don't get sidetracked by all the bells and whistles and the little shiny things and smelly things that are out there. Us women, oh my gosh, they really market to us with perfumes, makeups, candles. I mean, it's all out there in full fashion right now. And last but not least, stay in the no guilt zone. Do not feel guilty about anything. You do what you do. You do the best you can do. Do it with love. Do it with kindness, caring. If you have to tell someone no, it's okay. And I will tell you that during the holidays, a lot of people are vying for our time, for commitments. We've got work organizations wanting us to participate in activities or donate to certain organizations. Church might be wanting us to do a food drive or clothing drive or donate to nursing home or whatever's going on. You do what you're able to do. If you have to say no, you say no. It's that simple. So in conclusion, I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season. I'll be talking to you soon. I've got a great article in a magazine that I got this week with some crazy suggestions on budgeting and how to help yourself save money. I mean, some of them are just idiotic, and I can't wait to share those with you. So until then, have a great day and make sure that you subscribe to Southern Money Chick. Thank you.